which last for 8 hours. Dr. Belova's clinic is the most state-of-the-art in Russia. This is the best chance to date of establishing why this 7-year-old boy weighs so much.
Никаких больше нет выписок, да? Когда-нибудь на такой, да?
One thing that's immediately clear is that Jambik's heart is struggling to support his body. And doctors warn Nelia against making him do any strenuous exercise.
You can see for yourself how hard it is for me, whether it's good or bad having a child like that. On the one hand, it's good having a special child, but on the other hand, at times like this, it can be really difficult.
Это не мучает. Это не...
Нет, я это понимаю. Нет, она просто не хочет делать сейчас вообще брать.
From X-rays, Dr. Belova notices the advanced bone age, first identified by Jambik's local doctors. She decides to talk to Nelia about it.
Сейчас я посмотрела на его костный возраст, и у меня какие-то возникли вопросы, потому что костный возраст очень сильно опережает. Вот меня смущало только то, потому что я думаю о том, что у него есть нарушение регуляции. Это довольно тревожный признак. Это значит, что есть что-то, вырабатывающее лишние гормоны. Это не норма, это болезнь. Это серьезная болезнь, и нам надо ее поискать. Просто про лекарства, может быть, вы расскажете то, что можете, а потом мы поговорим отдельно. Какие-нибудь выписывали лекарства ему для улучшения мышц, например?
Я же говорю, я ему давала только лекарства от кашля, от бронхита, когда он заболевает, или кашляет, или горло болит. Только вот эти лекарства.
Для мышц ничего? Для силы?
Ну, я это не стала. Вот, как полное обследование вот такого серьезного, как сейчас проводят, я ничего не принимаю.
The tests are finished. Back home in Britain, Ian receives the test results. There's no conclusive proof of steroid abuse or a genetic disorder, although X-rays do show that Jambik's bone development is that of a 13-year-old. For Ian, this is a significant finding.
Something other than just simple morbid obesity is happening here. The X-ray shows increased bone age of about the age of a 12 or 13-year-old. That may also be explained by the regular use of anabolic steroids. Somewhere between the ages of 2.5 and 3, something changed. And the only thing that I can think of that could last for a short period of time and then be stopped is not a medical phenomenon, it's an anabolic steroid phenomenon. And I may be wrong, but at this point I can't explain it in any other way. As a doctor, I assume that what I'm told is the truth. What I assume is that people have a desire to make things better, and that I'm presented with all the evidence. And yet so much of this conflicts, so much of it just doesn't tie up. What I do know is that the use of anabolic steroids in children this young is not an unknown phenomenon in this part of Russia. And that, in many ways, would make all the pieces of the puzzle fit.
Although a steroid test on Jambik shows up negative, in practice it's difficult completely to rule out the use of steroids, as all traces of the drugs leave the body 2 weeks after being taken. Neither can the tests rule out a genetic disorder. Meanwhile, whilst they wait for the results, the family are making the most of their time in Moscow. Despite warnings from Dr. Belova that Jambik shouldn't do strenuous exercise, Nelia takes him to the best sumo club in Russia.
The doctor who examined us last time, he recommended taking up sumo. We don't have the test results back from yesterday. It's too early to judge. Doctors want to cut him off from society. I don't. As his mother, I want him to make the most of all life has to offer.
After the session, the sumo trainer tells Nelia that he's so impressed by Jambik that he'll try and arrange sponsorship.
Прежде всего, чтобы свой, как кабардинский вот это народ, чтобы он достоин.
We hope that he will bring honor to our country.
Надеемся, что
in the future,
лучше станет.
We hope that life will be better than now, that Jambik dreams will come true, or I can make them come true.
Исполнить, и чтобы я смогла ему исполнять.
Dr. Ian Campbell has returned to Moscow with the test results in order to make one final attempt to persuade Nelia that whatever the cause, her son is dangerously unhealthy and must lose weight. But he's expecting that she'll be very hard to convince.
I think what I'd like to do with Nelia is present her with the facts about Jambik's current state of health and help her realise that she's pretty much the only person that's in a position to help him. What's most important is to go from this point forward to see what we can do to help Jambik to resolve the situation. Because what I've seen is a mother who loves her son, I think if she will open up to that possibility, then maybe she'll decide that things need to change.
Dr. Ian Campbell has returned to Moscow for a final meeting with Nelia Khatokhov, mother of Jambik, the 7-year-old boy who weighs 16 stone. Despite no conclusive evidence, Dr. Campbell thinks that the most likely cause of Jambik's 16-stone bulk is anabolic steroid abuse. But most pressing is that Nelia refuses to accept that Jambik is dangerously unhealthy.